Tired of feeling like you're always waiting to be chosen? For that dream relationship, the perfect friend group, or the job that makes you excited to wake up? Today we're ditching the anxiety of wanting to be picked and taking control of our lives. Welcome to the Black Girl Bravado podcast, your weekly fix for all things mental health and wellness. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Germany. And not only are we besties, but we're your besties. You heard me right. It's homegirl vibes here.
Get ready for the girls to dish the real, the raw, and the fucking funny.
And listen, we may drag you, but it's always in love. Let's start the show, cuties.
Well, hello. Welcome back.
Welcome back, y'all.
How's it going?
To the pod, my boo-boo babies. It's going really well. How about you? Actually, I don't know if it's going really well. I've been a little down this morning, especially about my skin.
Why are you down?
Because I feel like it's not doing well. You know, skin is one of those
things.
It
really can affect you because I felt the same this week. I really did. I'm like, why do I feel depressed?
It's like my skin. It's like it's not bad, but it's not
how it was.
Right. It's like I know what my skin looks like when it's really skinny. And right now it's not skinny. And what's pissing me off is that I have very sensitive, reactive. I really think it's even acne prone. I'm going to say acne prone. Sensitive, reactive, acne prone skin. And a lot of these skincare brands are changing up the formulas unbeknownst to me. And it's stuff that I've been buying over and over and over. And they're changing little things. And my skin does not agree with the ingredients.
The changes.
Yeah, the changes. The niacinamide and everything. The squalane oil and everything. It's like, guys.
Stop.
I'm sick of it.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
And they've been fixing things that aren't broken, and it's pissing me off. Even my sunscreen. I went and rebought new sunscreen. Girl, I can't win. I went and bought new sunscreen. My sunscreen normally has SPF 50. When I picked it up, it said SPF 45, and I was like, I think this usually says 50. So when I got home, I didn't double check. But then this morning, I was like, let me do a side by side. Bitch, different. And I'm like, you guys can't be changing things from 1 minute to the next. Right. I just bought this not even 3 months ago.
Right.
How are we switching things up already?
Yeah.
It's pissing me off. So now I have to do a revamp. And that is the worst place to be in.
It's hard to revamp.
The skincare regimen,
You're
regime.
Doing like a trial and error and trying to figure out what works. Is it that product? Is it this product?
And I'm so tired because the moisturizer I've been using for like the last 8 years was tried and true. It was tried and true. And now I have to go try some other shit. Yeah. And that's pissing me off.
Girl, I feel your pain. This has been a chaotic week for my skin. I had been doing so well. I'm acne prone too, and when I get into my bouts of acne, it gets bad, and I have hyperpigmentation really bad. So anytime a bump pops up, there's a story being told. There's a long story being told, and I fucking hate that. It's not just like, oh, the bump, and then it's like, damn, now I gotta treat and rehab.
I mean, I don't know if it's age, hormones, things are changing, but I am turning into a girly who has hyperpigmentation,
and that's the worst.
Usually, it'll just
to me
go away. Yeah, I'm like, why? Why do I keep having the active bumps? Why do I have? This is not fair. I'm actually too old to deal with this.
You know, they said that acne is related to your mental health. That's why when I had those, that my face was really fucked up, and you were telling me that I was okay, and I'm tripping. I'm like, no, I'm actually struggling mentally.
I know, and I think back on that. Well, you know, I'm a glass half full kind of girl, but it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
And when you show me the pictures, I think in real time, obviously you don't want to be the person that's like, it is fucked up, like, and it doesn't seem as bad as it probably feels. And obviously you're the person experiencing it, so that's another like aspect. But when I think back and you show me pictures, it was bad.
It was like I've never felt so low.
That's how I feel. I feel like I'm on my way down.
You're nowhere near that.
I mean, no, but you know,
your
I feel
skin
like Mary,
actually doesn't look.
I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down.
Oh my God.
Pick me up. I have my hands up. I want to be picked up.
You'll figure it out.
Anywho, how are you feeling? Ooh.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling relaxed because I've had 2 days off so far, and I have 2 more.
Oh, yes.
I have just been really pouring into myself, doing things that I like to do. Like I went to this little wine bar that I've been going to. Well, I've only been twice, but I like it.
Still.
I like it. I've been twice in 2 weeks.
I seen that. So you had wine for breakfast?
No, that was actually from the day before.
Oh, okay. It wasn't giving real time posting. I was like, oh, interesting.
Not for breakfast.
Interesting.
No.
Because it was posted in the morning.
Yeah, it was, but it wasn't from the morning.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm following.
I've been walking for 3 days straight, which y'all know. I love my walks, and I hadn't been able to get them in, or I hadn't made time for them. But since I had additional time, it was easier to put them into my schedule. So I've been on walks for 3 days straight. I went to the spa. I took myself to lunch. I went to Barnes and Noble. I've just been frolicking around.
Being a girl.
Having a good time.
Good. I love that for you.
Yeah. So I feel relaxed and regulated. That's how I feel.
Nothing like that.
Regulated.
Nothing like a regulated nervous system.
Breaks are really needed.
They're so important.
Yeah.
They're so important. Not just even from your in general, whenever you feel like you need to take a break from something, pull back.
Yeah.
And do a reset. Because, man, you really do feel good.
Yeah, I feel reset.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I love it. Release the pressure from yourself, too.
Yeah, and I encourage you all to do things that make you feel good, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I know sometimes the things that make you feel good cost money.
Everything does. But also listening to your body.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's when you can really understand what you need when you listen to your body.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not doing that. I had that feeling yesterday. I was like, I'm actually not going to the gym. I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm listening to myself. I need a break from that place.
Yeah, going home.
Yeah. I went home. I was able to relax, lay on the couch for a little bit. And what I've really been I've been trying to work on my patience with myself. And sometimes when I feel like I overwhelm myself with too many things, that is what increases like my impatience, you know, or that feeling of like, I don't have enough time to get everything done. And I really want to work on that. Yeah. I really do, because I don't like the way I feel. I don't even want to drive. I don't even like being on the road.
Girl, you don't like doing nothing.
No, I do. I do like it. I just feel like,
God damn.
Brittany, it's not that I don't like it. It's the way I feel when I'm doing it, because I have created an environment where I can't relax when I'm doing it. So that's why I'm saying I really need to manage it.
So do you think it's time management, or do you think it's
a combination? It's combination.
Combination.
I need to relax and be patient. Yeah. Enjoy the moment that I'm in.
Yeah, for real.
And nigga, chill.
Yeah.
Because I'll be leaving the house and then I'm like, it's little things, the way that my brain works, that it will cause frustration for me when I could just chill. Like, if I'm not even going to say it, because you'll be like,
I ain't going to say nothing. Say it. I'm zips. I'm not going to say nothing. Speak like, your truth.
When I'm leaving.
For work or just leaving?
I have an interesting brain. So when I basically know the light that I need to make so that I don't have to I can catch all the green lights on the way to the freeway.
Oh, wow.
Right? So before I turn onto the main intersection, it's one of those lights in the right-hand turning lane where it gives you a green arrow. If you catch the green arrow, nigga, you're free floating the whole way to the freeway. You likely won't catch any red lights. If you don't, you're fucked. You're going to be stopped, because that street has a bunch of small little lights. You're going to be stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. And that frustrates me. That irritates me.
Even if you're not running late? Or is it because you're running late that you're frustrated?
I'm not even like necessarily running late, but I've timed it.
I'm saying, like, if you don't get those lights, are you going to be late?
No, it's not like late, but I'm not going to be like not late, you know? It's kind of like the window, like 5 minutes. But it just makes my ride feel so much smoother. So now, you know what? I said, fuck it. If I don't make that green light, it is what it is. But I'll be like, come on, I want to make it. And if there's cars in front of me, I'll be like, getting irritated with them for not like speeding up. So, you know, it's all of these things.
Yeah, you're working yourself up.
I know.
You're creating
the tension,
stress and anxiety where it really don't have to be.
I know.
It don't have to be. Yeah, I'm glad you're working on that. You deserve to not feel like that. You deserve to rest.
I know. So this morning I was like, bro, I'm chilling. And it's a constant conversation. It's like I have to damn near calm myself down as it's happening.
Yeah.
And people who like know me know that I can have bouts of road rage, and I've shared it here on the pod, and I feel like it's associated with all of that, a lack of patience. So I don't want to be that person who's going crazy.
Yeah, it has to be that. It has to be that. Cause I be on the road every day, and I don't be feeling no rage. I literally just be like, you do whatever the fuck you do, and then I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I just have a mindset of like, I'm gonna get there when I get there, and usually I'm there at the time I plan to be there, because I allow myself the time. So I'm like,
yeah,
whenever I get there is when I get there. You know, like I really truly believe that we're where we end up where we are when we're supposed to be there. For late, we were supposed to be late.
Yeah.
And we were protected from
Yeah, we love to.
You know,
I'm here when I'm supposed to.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm a frequently tardy person. Like
no.
I time things so that I can be on time or close enough on time to where everybody else late and I'm there first or something. You know?
I'm on time, y'all. That's another thing. I've made a significant change at work. I'm on time every day. But what I'm gonna do is even give myself a little more time, like 15 minutes, so that I'm early. You know, I think
time is early.
No.
That's what people say. I don't
say it. I don't say it.
But people say on time is early. I mean, early
is on
time, and on time is late.
It's probably that feeling of being like, now you can chill and relax.
Yeah, you could just be like, I have a window. I have a cushion.
Right. So I'm going to give myself an even bigger cushion, because right now my cushion be like 5 minutes. And 5 minutes can go quick. It's
quickly.
Damn, y'all done fucked up my 5 minutes. But really, it's not y'all, it's me. So I'm just going to leave the house 15 minutes earlier, 10 minutes earlier, so that I can chill, because I do deserve.
You do.
I do deserve. I don't want to be feeling that way.
Yeah.
Stressing me out. I'm stressing me out.
So it's just any time, even on the weekend.
It depends. I'm working on it though. It's really the way my brain works, and I have to release all of these little things that I pay attention to, because I focus on a bunch of little shit that I don't need to. Like the light. I think that is it. Like the light. Like what?
Yeah.
So I'm working on that. I'm working on being like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Anywho, we're here today with y'all, and it feels good to be back into the swing of things.
We're definitely into the swing.
We're full swing, and y'all have been loving the episode topics. We've been loving the episode topics. They've been very relatable.
Just when I felt like we couldn't find nothing else to talk about.
That's always a thing.
Just when I'm like, are there no more topics?
No, there's always something to talk about.
It's really, it makes it more difficult when you're not talking about like pop culture.
Yeah. Anytime you ain't talking about people.
Yeah. Because there's always things happening in people's lives that you can have your opinions on.
Yeah, for sure.
And dish tea about. But when you got to pull out concepts and shit, I'm like, now what else do people need to be reinforced and learn and hear about?
I know. And I think truly what it is nothing is new under the sun. No. But it's about bringing things into our awareness and looking at them from different vantage points. Because I hate this saying. I really do. I hate it.
What?
There's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. I hate it. I hate that one, but there is. And we're going to come up with something different to say. But it just means that there's 1,000 ways to do a thing. And I also believe that there's a... What? What is so funny?
I'm just tickled.
Why? About the cat?
Yeah. The 1,000 ways to skin it.
Yeah.
Who comes up with these?
I hate that one. But there are 1,000 ways to do one thing, and there are 1,000 ways, even more, to look at a thing, to perceive it. So, we're just in a bag, and we're talking about things. So
today, what thing are we talking about today?
Today, y'all, we're talking about something real, 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 and it is our desperate need to be chosen. That feeling of like, pick me.
I feel like we're gonna be in Barnes and Noble today because readings are gonna occur.
No one wants to be a pick-me-sha, but a lot of time in our lives we're holding our hands up. We want to be picked.
Who doesn't? I feel like that's how we're raised and socialized.
Yeah, we are.
You know?
Yes.
We all have that dream that desire. Maybe it's not like as lofty as a dream, but the desire for the date request for the man or whoever you date, woman.
Yeah. Person.
Yeah, to choose you, for the job to pick you.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
The friend group to be like, oh, we want to hang out with her. That's our girl.
Yeah. That always feels good.
Chosen.
Or to feel like you're somebody's number one.
Yeah.
Or you're important.
Your desire. But I think it goes hand in hand with the desire. Feeling desired. It
is. And that's the thing. Like, being chosen is a human desire. It's a natural feeling, right? It's powerful. It's a powerful form of validation. It suggests that we're worthy, we're valuable, that we're bringing something meaningful to the table. Like, that reinforces our self-worth. Having somebody being like, yes, you are my number one, or yes, I want you here. You are a great fit for the job. That does something to us.
For real.
That does something to us internally.
It's validating.
Yes, it is.
But
boosts our self-esteem and our confidence.
Yeah. But it's important to acknowledge that while we desire to be chosen and it's natural to feel that way, that should not be our focus. Mm-hmm. It's when we begin to focus on it and hyper focus on it, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a power dynamic that happens when you go from being chosen to being the chooser, because I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in being chosen that we don't understand that you can choose too.
Yeah, you actually have the options.
You don't have to wait around. You don't have to wait around for somebody to say, "Ooh, I want that." You can decide what you want. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes when we're waiting to be chosen, we take whoever chooses us.
And that is something that I hate. That I have to remind my sister of this all the time. As she's dating people, and I have conversations with her.
The dating situation is where it pops up a lot.
Girl, I'm always like,
especially for me as a heterosexual, in the way that we've been conditioned. It's like
around men choosing or being like, this is you're the one for me. Yeah, for sure. No, it is. I think that it shows up in many relationships, all relationships, like despite sexual orientation or gender.
It's like they like me.
Yes, like, and I think we have to remind ourselves that, like, okay, although they like you, do you like them?
And we've talked about this time and time again. I think it also has to do with our mindset. If you have a scarcity mindset, or if you're feeling a bout of scarcity, because you can't change it, you can't change your mindset. It can feel like, well, this is what I got.
I know.
This is what's being offered. I can't, because it's either this or nothing.
But we have to remember the power of our options and the power of our choice. We had an amazing episode on that. Go back and listen to it because it helps with this conversation. But
around nigga shoes tonight.
But yes, we want to shift from being always wanting to be chosen to being the chooser. At least the chooser in your own life. Like, that's important. Why would you give away the power, right? Being in the driver's seat of your own life to somebody else and being like, here you go, is literally like handing over the keys to your life, your will, and being like, you tell me where we're going. And I like being a passenger princess just as much as the next girl. But when it comes to my life, I actually gotta say, give me the motherfucking keys. I'm driving.
I just saw a TikTok yesterday. A black girl, I think her name is Allie. She was like, you're the bouncer of your life. You get to decide who gets to come in, if they meet the qualifications. Like, okay, yeah, you can come in. You can come into my life, or no, you can't come into my life. We got to act like we're the bouncers of our lives.
And also, we have to act like it's a VIP entrance.
Exactly.
That's the vibe, right? It's like, are you good enough to come in?
Yeah, it needs to get VIP. It doesn't need to get free before 10.
I mean, damn, we general admission in the life. It doesn't need to get
free before 10 and open bar ticket.
It's very much so giving God. GA, okay? General admission. It is, girl. Get a VIP ticket and stop acting crazy. Okay? Stop giving God. Stop giving God. That's played.
It needs to give Delilah. It needs to give Delilah. You can't just walk in there like Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
I mean, come on.
You have to have a resi. You have to be on the guest list.
You got to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. There,
you have to look the part. You have to be qualified,
and we have to act like that in our life. So let's explain what a chooser is. A chooser is someone who sets standards. This is important, okay? A chooser has a clear idea of what they want.
It starts at standards
and what they won't settle for.
It starts at standards.
That's what a chooser number one has.
Yeah, okay. When another thing that a chooser does is they actively pursue. Mm-hmm. We're not passively waiting to be chosen, because sometimes that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
This time, won't you save me?
Oh my God. A chooser also values themselves, y'all. So choosers understand their inherent worth, and they also are not afraid to walk away from situations, circumstances, people, things that don't align with their values and who they are. They're okay with being like, this actually ain't for me. Yeah. What Keith Lee say? That was somebody's moment, but it wasn't mine. Now, he was dramatic, but it was somebody's rose, but it wasn't mine.
When it's our moment, it'll be our moment.
That's what he said.
Boy. Please. Okay. Chooser is also a confident decision maker. Yeah. So when you're a confident decision maker, you trust your judgment. You trust your choices. You're based on what you know is best for you, or what you feel is best for you, and not external validation. Yeah. You can be like, hell yeah, or hell no.
I love, you know? Yeah.
There's like, power in both. That don't work for me. I can already tell. It does feel good, and you know when you're listening to your intuition and just your common sense, where it's like, I can already this is some bullshit. Even though this is what's picking me, this is what's choosing me, I can already tell that this is not gonna work.
That's what they said about Summer Walker. They said she act like she's not a celeb, that she don't know who she is, because everybody gets a chance.
Why does this eye always water once we get to recording?
I don't know.
Is there something, a nerve off?
I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that. They said Summer Walker looked like she date whoever slided her DMs.
Yeah, like it's just no tea on Summer. Summer, if you're listening.
Yeah, Summer, if this comes across your desk, we're just saying that you can.
You are the chooser. Yeah. Summer does the choosing. A chooser also attracts quality. Now, this is the thing. Because they prioritize their own needs, remember, we understand our value, they are attracting people who resonate, who mirror that, right? They attract people and opportunities that are genuinely fulfilling. It's T, quality over quantity.
The quality, yeah.
You know?
It could be a little discouraging, too, when the people that are trying to choose you aren't of the quality that you know that you want. It's like, where are the quality pickings?
I know, but
where are the quality pickings?
What you have to do is stay true to self and know that your quality picking is coming, because you won't accept what's showing
exactly
up. You're allowing yourself to be open to what you know you want. And the thing about it, being a chooser, it's not about being arrogant or playing hard to get. That's not what we're saying. Like, okay, now, bitch, I'm about to act like.
Although people will tell you that.
I know, but that's not what it is. It's about shifting your mindset from passively waiting to be picked to pursuing what aligns with your dreams, your goals, your values, your morals, your ethics, right? It's really about being the confident curator of your own life. Yeah. We need to be the curators of our own lives.
I like taking the initiative. I like the idea. I'm not going to say I like doing it, because it's not something I necessarily like.
It's not always
But
easy.
I like the idea of taking the initiative instead of being passive and seeing where that gets me, because you do get a different result.
Yeah.
You do get a different result when you're active about what you like, what you don't like, versus just saying, well, this is what's here.
And
this is what came. I guess I got to make it work. I've had the I got to make it work mindset.
I think we all have. But when we shift our mindset from I'm doing what works, I gotta.
Not the voice.
Germany, police. You know what that feeling, because that gives me struggle, right? And when I do that voice, it's like I'm just barely making it. Okay, when you shift from being like I'm gonna accept what's accepting me, versus having the mindset of like, think about your life as a museum curator, right? You get to pick and
art
choose.
Curator. I just went to a museum, so I'm
yes,
it's
like that's a very intentional practice.
Really
you don't just allow anybody who creates art, somebody throwing clay, to just be like, can you put this in there?
Yeah.
Hell no.
It has to resonate.
You are going through and scouring, you're digging, you're going through and picking intentionally what works and what doesn't work. And when it doesn't work, it's no tea, no shade. It's just that don't fit this aesthetic. I don't work for what I'm actually doing over here. We have to be the curators, the art curators of our lives.
That was a perfect analogy.
Yes.
Because I really feel that, because when I was at the museum last week, I was thinking, this is so intentional.
Yes.
Like every little detail had thought behind it and has meaning, and it all comes together and I can feel it.
And that's what it's like meant to do, evoke a feeling, right? The art curator, the person who has put this museum together, has thought about what they want you to feel, how they want you to like think when you're in there, what type of emotions, that all of this is considered when they're choosing these pieces. And you have to be thinking, I'm walking into the museum of my life every damn day.
Yeah.
How do I want to feel? What do I want to think about? Who am I allowing to buy a ticket to come up in here?
Because when they come up in there, they're going to shift the place, and they can be shifted in a negative direction or a positive.
Yeah.
It all depends on the type of person they are, and it's your responsibility. We can't control who tries to come. We can't control that, but we can control who stays or who gets to get in. So
you can't control who shows up to the door.
You can't.
But you can control who comes in.
But sometimes we feel like when people show up, it's like, oh, you showed up. Maybe you're supposed to be here.
No.
Because why would you show up? Like, how'd you know?
And again,
but that's not always the case.
Taking that
people
bouncer
are going to show up.
Metaphor into consideration or analogy, whatever. I always get those two confused. Whatever it is.
Right.
People show up to a space, a club, a party, and you think you on the list. And you might not be. Or you think you got a plug and you actually don't. All because you show up doesn't mean you can get in. You don't get entry.
When we went to New York and it was like New York Fashion Week, that one time we went together when we went to the Solar Boat party and it happened to be New York Fashion Week. Me and Morgan went to this party and it was like all the who's who. And our asses was standing there really waiting to be.
Did you guys get in?
No, we left. It was too much.
Okay, and that's another thing. No one to walk away.
Yeah, we chose.
We shifted the power.
Actually,
y'all shifted the power.
Yeah, actually,
it went from this nigga's doing the choosing, they decided who coming in, to actually you don't gotta pick me.
Yeah, we gonna head out.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn around. Now I've taken the power back. That's important.
We took it back.
That's important. So, do you have another time that you maybe want to share where you were waiting to be chosen?
Hell yeah. At my whole 20s, like even some of my 30s, I've had a choose me mindset because, like I said in the beginning, that's how I've been conditioned. Like, choose me, or I'm just accepting what people that are choosing me instead of being the chooser. I have had to have a mindset shift, a recent mindset shift, to be the chooser.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, well, I can make, like I said, I have had the I can make it work mentality, and I've tried to make so much stuff work for so long, and I'm just so over that.
Yeah.
I've made so many little relationships work when they really weren't working. And it's because I've had the mindset of, well, they're choosing me, so, why not?
Or seeing the good in a person, when it's like, all because you can see the good doesn't mean it's good for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can see the good.
You always can. She got her good glasses on.
I do. I can see
the good. And then I say, get those off your face.
What the fuck you got those glasses on?
Look in a different direction.
I can see the good in people, but I have to see if it's good for me.
Yeah.
The good in people don't mean that it's good for me.
Period.
And it's funny because I'm gonna hold your hand.
That's what I felt like I had to do. Let me hold your hand when I say this.
It's funny because I don't feel like I have, like, what they call it, pick me. I don't feel like I have like pick me
energy
or attitude, but
deep down in the inside,
there are some ways that it shows up differently outside of what's classically known as a pick me. There's a pick me there.
Yeah, deep down, she's there. I feel like, honestly, all of us have her. It just depends on when she want to pop out and show niggas. That's the thing.
How about you?
Yeah, I feel like
wanting to be chosen.
I
want to be saved.
To your point, that in my 20s, and I would even say up into my 30s as well. It always shows up in relationships.
That's where it be for me.
It's in relationships.
It's romantic relationships. I'm like,
that's where she gets me. That's where my girl pops out, and I'm like, come on, girl,
bobblehead.
But I had this like on again, off again. I guess it was like a situationship.
Yeah.
I sort of, and I would never say that I've ever been in a situationship, but
you were.
Wow.
You've been in a couple.
We gonna talk about it.
You have, Germany.
I have.
Yeah.
Really? Probably. So, there were a few moments, but the one that really had me was a different
Yeah,
one.
that one was a long term one.
It was a long term, a back and forth.
Well, they both kind of were.
Huh?
We both had a little age on them.
No, but the other one was real old.
Yeah, that one.
That was a grandpa. But we had such a history of going back and forth, and like I would always make myself available for this person, and I feel like they would do the same. Like we kind of would have the same energy towards each other until one day I woke up and
like you literally woke up one day, or like I'm like, we'd be like,
I didn't literally wake up
in the morning and I'm like, no.
It wasn't that feeling, but because we had such a history of going back and forth for so long, and we were always like sort of making whatever we could make work until one day we were in the same space and I was like, bruh, we're both single, right? We can make our own decisions.
It could work now, but it's not.
Yeah, it could work. So what's tea?
Right.
And they didn't want to make it work. They felt like, nah, it's not. I'm not in that space. And I was like, oh, so like.
That was a wake-up call because it's like there's nothing else in the way and you're still not choosing.
Yeah, because before it felt like we weren't choosing each other.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, okay, we can only do what we can do. But now when I'm saying, hey, I'm free and available, no attachments, you're free and available, what's tea? And you're saying, not really. Ooh, that stung. That stung. And one thing you got to do is not play with my ego.
The ego will do it.
I was like, that really woke me up. And I said, I feel, and I think another thing was I started to be real with myself. And it was like, this hurts, right? It's not just my ego. My feelings are hurt that you're not choosing me. You're not picking me. And I've made myself available to you. And I don't like not being chosen by you. Yeah. I actually don't like that feeling. And I had to really wake up. And there's been moments and situations where this person has came back into my life and the old me would have entertained.
Yeah.
I would have put my little nose on my clown nose, put those shoes on, painted my face and been ready to go. But the new me is like, no, you know that's not a vibe. And they would still be on that type of time. They still are on that type of time.
Yeah, because people would be on that type of time as long as you let them.
And baby,
that's the thing. That's when you have to do the shift from being chosen to being a chooser. Like, I know that you're technically in a way kind of choosing me right now because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
When they come around and they're doing a little entertaining, like, oh yeah,
that
what's up, trying to
energy.
mess with you. It feels like, oh, I'm being chosen, because I have felt like that in a situationship before a light bulb went off and I said, you're not choosing me. You're actually fucking playing with me.
You're actually choosing you.
Yeah.
You figuring out that this is what I want to do right now, so I'm going to go and disrupt what the fuck they got going on. And I know that they're going to be willing to play the game.
Exactly.
So let's go. No.
Exactly. But that's when you get into the driver's seat and you say, I don't care if you're fake choosing me or giving me what you think I need,
the full choice,
so that I can give you what you want. I actually don't want anything to do with you.
I said,
I don't want anything to fucking do with you.
And y'all, that is hard to do.
It's so hard because a part of it is like, they want me.
And a part of it is like, I want you too.
I know.
But it's not, it's not right.
But it's not what I really want.
It's not what I truly want.
It don't be what you really want.
But it's hard work, y'all. It's hard. We're not saying it's easy.
Oh, it's hard.
It's tough.
Every time I'm like, well, I would like a little.
I would like to do that. I actually would like to play.
Just a touch of love. A little bit.
A little bit. Okay, so I'm really loving this conversation, where it's going. We're going to take a quick break because y'all know bills got to be paid. But we coming right back, so stick around.
Okay,
Bookies,
we're back. Paid a few bills. Paid a few bills, and we're back.
Auto pay. At this point, they on auto pay.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I love them being on auto pay.
I was saying, somebody I seen it online, they were like, name a better feeling than sex. And somebody said, paying all your bills and having money left over. I said, that's the one. That's actually the one. Nothing like having everything paid and still having something to play with.
A little something for the kitty.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's a great feeling. Okay, y'all. So really, self-worth is the foundation of this whole conversation and this whole concept. That is a very important, necessary piece that has to be present for you to feel like you don't have to be waiting to be chosen, and that you can get into
your chooser bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It allows you to step into your power.
Yeah.
Because when we don't have that self-worth, we feel like, well, I don't know if I'm going to get anything better. I don't know. I can't lose this opportunity. I don't get that many. This is what's one, it turns into a whole thing.
And the thing about having like a strong self-worth, and we had a great conversation on this as well, is when you have a good sense of self-worth, you understand I deserve fulfilling experiences. I deserve great opportunities. I don't have to settle for scraps, nigga, because I could go out and get the whole enchilada. It's no tea. I'm not going to be begging for what you got to give me because I know that I'm worth more. All of it. So we have to tap in to our self-worth. Something else that we all have to consider is our boundaries and our standards. Mm-hmm. This is important.
Critical.
Having boundaries are very important.
It is. In boundaries, there are clear limits that define what you're going to put up with and what you're not. Mm-hmm. What's going to be acceptable and what's not. They have to be present and they have to be communicated. Yeah. People have to understand.
Yeah. And those standards are the qualities that you are expecting in your relationships or your opportunities. These are like, okay, I know that I need this. I know that I need that. We have to have both, y'all.
Yeah, they're twins.
Both. Yeah, and it's crucial if we want to adopt if we want to adopt a chooser mindset. That's what we're really doing right now. In this episode, we are talking about how we can adopt a chooser mindset. It has to be a practice, something that we put on every day.
A new helmet
that we
the helmet of salvation.
That we intentionally decide, I'm moving from a pick me mindset to a chooser mindset. So let's get into why having boundaries and standards are crucial if you desire to adopt this mindset.
Okay. So, first, why? Protection. Mm-hmm. It is our responsibility to protect ourselves. Yeah. And there's multiple different ways that we can protect ourselves. So, with these boundaries, they shield you from people or situations that can drain your energy, that can disrespect you, that can disrespect your values, that can just have you all the way fucked up.
You got me fucked up. I love saying that. Are you fucking kidding me?
Even if I don't say it verbally,
energetically,
I will say it energetically by you will know I don't give a fuck about you. So I'll advise you to not give a fuck about me.
Okay, y'all. Clarity. So standards, make your expectations clear. There's no more confusion about what you're going to tolerate, what you're not tolerating, or what you bring to the table or what you deserve. You know, when people say, what do you bring to the table? Nigga, I am the table. I actually am the table. What am I bringing? There's no me. There's no table without me. Yeah. That's what you need to understand. Be clear. Clarity is what we want.
The other reason why it's crucial is because of the empowerment. Setting boundaries and standards allows you to say no to things that just are not a vibe. Yeah. Like they don't align with your vision. It's not a fit. And it frees you up to pursue things that are. That's the thing. We get tied up and wrapped up in things that we know aren't a fit, and we don't have the capacity. I've done this before, and I know we all have. Entertaining something as a space filler and be like, but I'm going to keep one eye open. I'm going to keep one ear to the streets. I'm going to keep one foot out the door so that I can be, mindful of something that I do want actually comes in. But that's not how it works all the time. Yeah. And you're just taking up space with something that isn't a fit, and you can't pursue what is. Yeah. Get to feeling empowered. I now have adopted the mindset that the more I say no and the quicker that I say no, I'm creating an energy that's calling in what's a fit more, because it's like, okay, this girl gets it. Yeah. She's moving quickly.
She's passing tests, getting A's. Also, y'all, respect. So when you clearly communicate your boundaries and your standards, you command respect. Okay. And also you're a person who wants to give that to other people. Yeah. And thus you end up attracting relationships and opportunities that help to foster that sense of respect. Like, okay, I already know if I'm interacting with somebody and they know how I'm coming, they don't have any choice but to honor. They do have a choice not to honor it. But the whole thing is they know how
if they stay in, they don't have a choice.
Exactly. And it's going to be, okay, they're going to reinforce my self-worth because they understand I can't come at this girl any kind of way. Respect at the forefront.
Girl, the man told me I was strict. I'm like, I'm doing something right.
Get the fuck out of it. Strict. Who uses those kind of words?
I
when
like
we're
it
talking
though.
About...
If you're saying it was like, I think you're strict. I think it seemed like you're a little strict. I'm like, I am. I'm not to be played with.
Strict. That's such an interesting word to use when you're discussing like a romantic relationship or partnership. Like strict.
Strict with myself.
Boy, fuck you. Are you trying to say
so
you're rigid?
We're using no. I don't think he was saying that I'm rigid. I think it was his way of saying you have standards and boundaries.
Then maybe I can't.
Yeah, I don't even think that he was saying that maybe that he can't. He was just acknowledging
that they're present.
Yeah.
Good. That's also good. Let a motherfucker be able to see you can't play with me. There's multiple types of women out there. I actually want to be the kind that you can't play with off the jump.
Yeah.
Because you can see what's happening here very clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not one of them.
Not one of those.
I'm actually not.
See it and acknowledge it. So we're using self-worth as our compass. A guiding light. Yeah. It's going to guide us to constantly learn, to grow, to have better experiences, to feel better about ourselves, to understand that we can make choices. We're not just waiting around for chance and happenstance.
Yeah.
And it really feels like I feel like it makes you feel like you're evolving and you're getting to know yourself better, and you're standing in it.
Yeah.
Standing in it and
nothing
on
like
it.
standing in it.
Yeah.
So y'all, considering everything that we just talked about, let's think about 3 main areas where you can stand to level up your choosing, right? And these are the biggies, at least for us. Level up, level up. So in romance,
I'm glad
this is the big one. This is what big one. But recognize that you can become the catch, right?
I thought you were gonna say the cat.
The cat and the catch. Instead of waiting to be swept off your feet, focus on becoming someone that you'd want to date. Right? So pursue your passions, the things that you like, your hobbies, your interests. Cultivate those things so that naturally attracts somebody that you're compatible with. When they show up, they're going to see, oh, she's already in her vibe. She's doing what she does. I got to go ahead and match that energy.
Or they already are,
they're already a fit for you.
They're already in it.
And then also considering having first dates on your own terms.
What does that look like?
So this means ditching the pressure to impress somebody else.
Yes.
So
this is the key.
As the chooser, you get to set the tone for what the first date will look like, right? Invite them to do something, or if not, you don't have to be the person. Yeah. Suggest doing something that you really like.
Oh, I'm good at this.
Going into your vibe, right? Something that reflects your interest.
I'm so good at this.
So that they get a chance to see your authentic self. Like, oh, if I'm interacting with this person, I see I'm gonna have to be on this type of time. That we're going to have these type of experiences.
I know that some women are like, oh, I want the man to like plan it all. Like it kind of gives fairy tale. Like I want him to pick the place and I'm so like wowed and swept off my feet and I just love it. That would be like a nice to have, but I have no problem going to my list saying this is a place I've been wanting to go.
Period.
And you can take me.
I'd like to make a reservation.
And now you already see what the standard. You hear that word? Standard is.
Yeah.
Something should click. These are the type of places she like, because I let a nigga take me to Chili's.
Yeah.
And that went downhill.
And it didn't work. And no tea, no shade, no chili.
But that's not where I don't even take myself there.
Exactly.
The places where I'm saying that are on my list, best believe if I don't go with you, I'ma go.
And don't take me to some place that I wouldn't take myself. I don't want to go to Chili's. And next time we'll say, maybe not Chili's. Let's go somewhere else.
I'll be like, I don't really want to go to Chili's, but I do have.
I have this in the chamber. How about here? Won't you make a reservation for this place? So another thing that we're doing in our relationships to help us level up and be the choosers is to set clear boundaries, right? So don't waste time on confusing situationships. Communicate.
I'm done with those.
I am too. I've put those in my rear view.
I'm not a situationship girl. I've learned.
Yeah.
They're not good for me.
The chooser communicates clearly their expectations, right? And if somebody's not on the same page as you or on the same time as you, then move on. Bye. Whatever it is that you're whatever it is that you're looking for, it don't got to be a long-term relationship. Maybe you are looking for a situationship. Maybe you are looking for a fuck, but whatever it is, that you're looking for. Just understand. Let it be clear.
Yeah.
This is what I want.
For
and
real.
Make sure that the person that you're engaging with wants what you want.
Because people will push their own agenda.
They will. And if somebody's not doing
with the program.
what you're wanting and what you're interested in, I bid them adieu. Go in grace. Get the fuck out my face. And it's no tea.
It ain't none. And now I can go. You can go. You ain't got to worry about me. And I ain't got to worry about you.
And nobody's wasting time on anyone.
Yeah.
You ain't wasting your money going on dates. And I ain't wasting my energy entertaining you.
Hello.
Bye.
Stop calling my phone. Hello.
No
what
bars.
The fuck do you want? Hello.
Why are we like this?
Okay. Another key area where we can be the chooser is in friendship. Okay. This is another big area in our life. So with friendships, we have to understand that reciprocity is key. Yeah. If you're a chooser in friendship, you value balanced relationships. There's a natural give and take. You don't feel drained. I know there's some times where we have to show up for our friends more, but as long as they are able and capable and have shown you that they can show up too, you're good. There should be some reciprocity here. Don't be taking and never giving.
I know. I hate that.
You know? I'm giving you support, resources, whatever, and I'm getting nothing.
Girl,
fuck
you.
Hell no. Another way that we can be a chooser in friendships is to initiate connection. So I've mentioned on the episode, I think it was our check-in, and if you are on Patreon, you didn't hear it. But you can. We can initiate connections. You don't have to wait for others to make the first move. If you want to hang out with a homegirl or a homeboy, you can say, hey, I really want to go to this. Would you like to come with me? You don't have to just wait for people to extend an invite to you, because you know why? Sometimes we wait for that because we don't want to be rejected. You know, like if somebody asks me if I want to come to something and I know I'm down, it's like, this is good. I want to hang out. We're already hanging out and I know you're not going to say no.
Yeah.
But that's not being a chooser. There's probably some things that you want to do and you want a sidekick. So you got to ask them, will you come with me? Would you like to come?
Yeah.
And then the final thing with friends is we're going to set boundaries with grace. There's boundaries that have to be set in friendship. Sometimes people cross the line. Sometimes they comment on things you don't want them commenting on. Sometimes they are doing too much or,
too
little. And you have to prioritize your well-being. So if a friend is disrespecting your boundaries or draining your energy, it's okay to either have a conversation, or sometimes you have to politely distance yourself and say,
yes,
I'm going to actually Homer Simpson into the bushes because this is not giving what I thought it was going to give.
And that's really important.
It's not.
It's important. It helps to hopefully keep things kosher. And if not, it helps you keep yourself. Remember the self-worth. I actually value myself more than I value the friendship, and I have to go. And that's not in a negative way. It's the truth
in a real way.
Yeah, it's like, is this a mutually beneficial relationship? Because we know that in relationships there's a possibility of being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Right? And people can see your goodness as a weakness or overly consume instead of being like, maybe not. Right. Set a boundary, beloved. Okay, career. Because we know that also in our careers, positions, we want to be seen. We want to be chosen.
We want to be promoted.
We want to be promoted, and we want our bosses, our managers, our upper management, our leadership to be like, I see what you're doing here. I see the value you bring. That's important, right? A lot of times it translates to dollars and cents. So
hopefully it would need to.
I mean, don't burn yourself out and you ain't getting no Skrilla.
Right.
So in your career, what it looks like to be a chooser is to define your dream job. So don't just settle for any old job. Don't just settle, especially when you're looking. Have a clear vision, right, for your ideal career path. Mm-hmm. This looks like researching different fields. It looks like identifying your skills and passions, and then target opportunities that align with your goals.
That's what I told my little sister. She's in college right now. I'm telling her, this is the time. Do what I didn't do.
Yeah.
This is the time where you start cultivating your dream job.
Yeah.
I don't care if you started with a major. We're changing it. You ain't even at the part where you got to. You ain't even at the point where you got to declare. So get curious, get explorative, and figure out what's gonna make you feel good, and also what's gonna make you money. We need both.
The money got to come before feeling.
I told her that too.
Please,
I said
prioritize.
We're gonna be prioritizing our money.
Yes,
because that's why we're here.
Exactly. And they like feeling good with no money. I actually don't feel good when I don't have any money. So we can't go that route.
Yeah.
I understand the girlies who are the 301B whatever nonprofit bookies. And you're all about I get it. But babes, it got to make money and sense. From a millennial.
Some of them be making money.
Some of them do. But majority of us.
Because I feel like people have come around on the back end.
They're doing something. They're doing something. They're finessing it. We get it.
Around on the back end.
From the millennials who have done the college route, who have gone the college route and did the majors, taking the majors that felt good. And then you got out and you're like, now what can I do with this? If you're a Gen Z girly or somebody who's in college or listening to this now, pick something that's going to make you some
Pick something.
money.
And there's so many studies that I don't know if they were recently done or I just wasn't privy to them, but they'll tell you the majors that are making money and the ones that aren't. Stay
away from the ones down here. Stay away from those
the ones that aren't.
Stay away from those. You just got to understand how to get creative and savvy.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Get creative and savvy. Because if you're a millennial girl who's listening to this and you're like, damn, I was one of those people. We feel that way. And we even shared that in our episode about advice we would have given ourselves in our 20s. I probably would have taken a different approach to the major that I chose. But it's not saying that
it's too late.
It's too late for you to finesse.
Yeah, there's ways you can. I finessed by getting certifications. There's ways. There's workarounds. But if you're younger, we're giving you the game so that you don't have to do the workaround.
Exactly. You just come out going straight.
Yeah.
You don't got to finesse.
You don't got to work around.
You just go straight to the path. Okay. Another thing that we're doing in our career as a chooser is negotiating like a pro. Right? So don't be afraid to ask for what you deserve. Choosers are researching on their market value, right? They're looking at what are other companies paying for this position, right? You're being smart. You're understanding the benefits of your position.
Yeah.
You're negotiating confidently and ensuring that you're properly compensated. You're not just going in there accepting, oh, this what y'all offering? Okay. No.
At least try.
At least looking to what you can be compensated for your skills and for your experience.
Yeah.
Try it out.
For real.
And lastly, as a chooser, in your career, you're networking strategically, right? So choosers are really looking at how can you improve in your career development? How can you leverage what it is that you already know? How can you gain a mentor? Who are you looking for to help you work up the ladder or the industry? You're going to events. You're tapping in with your resources. You're not just hoping that the right thing comes to you. And I have to become a chooser in my life when it comes to my career. I feel like in a lot of other areas, I'm choosing, baby. I'm choosing. But in the career, I can definitely stand to be more active as opposed to passive. So I'm not saying that we have this figured out.
No.
It's something that we're all working on, right?
For real.
But choosers are actively seeking out opportunities.
Yes.
Right? Opportunities that excite you, that create a hunger or a passion for growth.
Yeah.
You're constantly looking at how can I leverage what it is that I'm doing here and make it better.
They put you in position. And a lot of times we don't put ourselves in position. We're waiting. We have talked about in the past how we've been waiting for someone to see us and choose us when we can be choosing ourselves. We can be figuring out making plays ourselves. And that's what we want the key takeaway to be from this is to shift your mindset from passively waiting to be chosen to actively pursuing the relationships, the opportunities, the careers, the friends that you desire. You've got the power.
You do.
Yeah, you can take control of your life by being the chooser. This allows you to take control of your life and determine your success and your overall happiness and your overall fulfillment.
Yes.
We don't have to accept what comes to us. We don't have to just wait for people to say, I want you. We can choose.
And that's just that. So y'all, we are going to take a quick break and we're coming back with tools for your toolkit.
Okay, y'all, before we get into the tools for the toolkit, because we are choosing listeners who decide to leave ratings and reviews. Yeah, I'm saying it. That's not optional. if you hear, it is a requirement for you to leave a rating and a review. So please, if you want to do it on Apple, if you want to do it on Spotify, if you want to do it on YouTube, and while you're at YouTube, subscribe, because that helps us pay bills as well. So do that for us, and we love you, and we appreciate you for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Another thing you can do is join our Homegirl Hangout that's being hosted over on Patreon. If you love what you hear here, if you like what you hear here, you're likely going to love what you get over there. There's tons of years of archived content, bonus episodes, check-ins. Every month, Brittany and I sit down and we just kind of, it's essentially listening into our phone conversation.
It's kind of like a three-way.
A three-way, exactly.
Party line.
Yeah. Where we just get to talk about what we're feeling, things that we're going through. It's less structured than this. It's just very candid.
It's just candid conversation. Yeah.
And I love when we get a chance to just do that. It's much different than what we do here. So if you're looking at understanding or learning more about who we are, because some of y'all have said, I don't really like all the stuff. And then there's some girls who love what's going on in the beginning. So if you love the checkup in the beginning, you're definitely going to love what's over there.
Yeah, if you want to know the pieces of us, it's over there.
The pieces. And yeah, there's just a lot of good stuff over there. And the link is down in the show notes.
For sure. Okay, y'all. So let's get back to the show and into the tools for your toolkit.
Yeah. Okay, girlies. So we know that being the chooser, we have to take actionable steps. It's going to require us to be active in our lives. And the first step is always self-awareness. You got to know yourself. You got to know yourself. So what you need to do first is to list out your core values, things that are important to you in your career, in your relationship, in your friendship, and move from that place. That's going to help govern and be that compass to help you like get to where you want to go. You're going to always be operating from your core desired feelings. And we had an episode on core desired feelings. So get into that. We have
tons of episodes.
Get into that.
To support.
But it reinforces what truly matters. And when it's time to make choices, you're going to be operating from that space. Another thing that you need to do is get real familiar with detecting your deal breakers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So think about past experiences.
Use that as intel.
To help you get clear on like, when I was fucking with him, he did this and I really didn't like that. And I know that when I see that now, it's a red flag for me. That helps you sharpen your response time. That's what deal breakers do. It's like, you're just like you mentioned earlier. You're saying no to things quicker because you understand your intel, the data that you've collected, and you know what's a deal breaker and what's not.
Yeah.
So when it's time to say, that's not a fit, or I actually don't think that we're aligned, you can do it with grace. You can do it quicker and move on.
And with confidence. It's like, I'm not just guessing.
Yes.
Like, I know I can identify that this won't work.
Yeah. And that's
from
also
positive
empowering.
And negative experiences. Like, it's not just the negative. Sometimes we have positive experiences where you're like, I recognize this.
Yes. Your red and your green flags are empowering.
Okay, another tool, communication. Communication is key. It's important. So we're going to practice stating our needs and our expectations directly but politely, which is an art.
Yeah.
But we've had episodes on this.
We have episodes on everything.
You see? So if you feel like this is an area of opportunity for you, you can do role playing with a friend. You know we do that. We script. Girl, what should I say?
Girl.
I will quickly be like, you know that you or have a softer approach than me. What should I say to make it direct but have a little sugar on it? A little something on it, you know? So that we can be assertive but not mean and not rude. So have a friend where you can do that role play practice or get a script.
Yeah.
Also, learn to say no comfortably. Sometimes it's just like, nah, but sometimes you got to add a little fluff to that too and be like, that doesn't quite align with what I'm looking for, or you're great, but I just don't think you're great for me. I appreciate this, but I'm going to have to decline respectfully.
Yeah.
Add respectfully to it. That's the new thing we're doing. Respectfully.
I forgot where Andres and I were. We were asking for recommendations. We were like at a restaurant and asking somebody for like, what do you think? He was like, respectfully. This is what I respectfully. I'm like, okay, nigga. And
then we get it.
I get it. It's respectfully. He was overemphasize. Respectfully, this is what I would go for.
Respectfully, shut the fuck up.
What is that? The new thing that the kids are saying? Riz and all the respect.
Girl.
Golly.
But we got to communicate.
Yes. Next, we are embracing the journey. So we know that when we're shifting from a chooser to a chooser mindset, it's not easy. It's tough. It sometimes can be a little uncomfortable. It's a squeeze, right? But we have to do it. And it takes time. It takes effort. And you have to give yourself grace as you're moving through this transition, because it's not always going to come naturally. But what we can do is celebrate the journey, celebrate how we're moving through the process, and understand that I'm going to have some wins and I'm going to have a few setbacks.
Yeah.
And also not feeling like your rejection, or when you're saying, when you're putting yourself in these positions and you feel like you're being rejected, that's not failure. You have to.
What rejection is redirection or
protection. Yeah. And it's inevitable. It doesn't define you, which is really important. And you can see it as an opportunity to reevaluate and redefine your choices.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I'm rejection sensitive, but you have to build up an armor.
Yeah. Build up a tolerance.
You have to build up an armor. Yeah, tolerance. Okay, lastly, we're saying no for a better yes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes saying no can feel lonely. It doesn't always feel like when you say no, or like, nah, or it's not a fit, or, I'm sorry, we're not aligned. You don't automatically feel empowered. Like, yes, I did it. Oh, I feel so good. Hell no. Sometimes it feels like, fuck, now I'm out here. I ain't got nobody. I don't got no options currently.
Yeah.
But when you say no to misaligned opportunities, like I mentioned earlier, you free up space for a yes. Mm-hmm. You'll see why you have to say that no when the hell yeah comes around, and you're like, thank God I said no.
Yeah.
Because now I had the opportunity to be presented with a yes, and it's something that makes you feel good, not something you're embarrassed about, not something that I had
embarrassment.
You know how it feels. Mm-hmm. It can be like an underlying feeling of like, I know this ain't all the way right, but it's right for me. Yeah. I'm making it right. I can make it work. That voice. You don't got to have that voice. You can be like.
You can be confident. You don't have to have the shaky voice. You can be confident.
You can be like, this mine, and I'm going to stand behind them.
Yeah.
That feels good. That feels good to present your shit with no tea.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to walk away from things that don't serve you. Although it may hurt, it may be lonely, it may be uncomfortable. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
There's a light, and sometimes it takes a while for it to shine.
Sometimes it's flickering. Sometimes
it's dark. It's like, where the fuck is the light? I done gave up. I done passed the test.
I know. But it's there. It's there. A glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
Okay, girlies.
Okay, y'all. So we've reached the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
It is now time to
pick up your pen. We're dropping a gem.
Okay, so the gem this week. I have a gem. The Hatch alarm clock.
I love.
For the past few months now, I think like 3 since April, I have had a Hatch alarm clock. And I'm sure you girlies have seen this alarm clock all over the internet. But I'm here to tell you that it's worth it. It's worth it. One of the reasons why I wanted the alarm clock is because I didn't want to keep having my phone in my room to wake me up, because I had a habit of turning off my alarm on my phone and then just getting on my phone because it was right there. And so initially I'm just like, oh, I'll just have a nice alarm clock to do that. Tell me do that. But the Hatch has given me so much more. One, it gives you a little wind down routine. Like when it's time for me to go to bed, it signals the time for me to go to bed with the time that I set, which is 9:45, to start getting ready to get to bed. Then it transitions to a red light, which you shouldn't be on your phone at that time, because a red light helps get you into a calm state, regulated state for bed. And then after that, it plays brown noise, and then I go to sleep to the brown noise, and it cuts off after an hour. And then it wakes me up. And so when it's waking up, which is really good for me because I don't have a window in my room, I only have a skylight. When it's waking you up, it starts by waking you up with a light, which kind of mimics daylight, and it gets brighter gradually, and then I wake up to the soft sounds of a flute. And then you can have some other additional things added into it. Whatever you need to wind down or wake up, the Hatch is really customizable, and it has so many different options, and I really think it's really good.
Maybe I'll invest in one.
I think you should.
I feel like it's so chaotic. When I'm trying to wake up, I have a nice soft alarm. It's nothing jarring to the nervous system, but I think it'll be better because I sleep with somebody. You know, so it's like my alarm's going off sometimes. Andres is like, and then sometimes his alarm is going off. And I think if it was at least peaceful to wake up, it would just be like, oh, we're both like peacefully being
yeah, it's really gradual. It's like,
yeah, versus like my alarm going off at 5:30, 6:30. It's just like, and I sleep with blackout curtains. So I think it would be helpful with just that.
I really think you should get one.
I will invest. We will link it in the show notes. I'm going to get one. Y'all get one. We'll come back and report.
How about that? So we can get one at a discount hat.
Yeah. Okay, girlies.
Y'all. So we've reached the end of the road. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you're empowered to start being the chooser in your life. And if you did like it, and if you know somebody that needs to start being a chooser in their lives, y'all know what to do. Share this episode.
Send it to them.
Send it to a friend. Okay?
We'll see you next week. Love you. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.